Are you cold? I'm cold. I had -1 on my truck this morning. And if that doesn't tell you where I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm currently in my truck. I actually just dropped some stuff off over at my church for our sportsman's banquet, which is what I'm building that bracket I was working on yesterday. And we're actually going to go back to the shop here. I pulled the boat in because I checked the tracking, and I hope it's right, but it says that the jack plate was supposed to be here today. So I'm keeping my eye on the tracking. I'm going to actually start working on that, I think, today. I was trying to get the four-wheeler started this morning to pull the little trailer around, take a little video of that, but the four-wheeler wouldn't start. So probably going to get distracted with that today before lunch, because I really want to move some stuff in the shop, and having that little trailer would really help. So we're going to go back to the shop and see if we can get that four-wheeler started. I don't know what's going on with it. It's got fuel. It ran in the past. I just think it's the fact that it's now 20 degrees, but where that four-wheeler's at, it's basically like it's 10. So stay tuned for an exciting day. And I just want to say thanks for those who are subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, and share this video, like it, comment. This is just going to be a daily vlog of like everything I do, which is a little bit of everything. Some days are more chaotic than others, so stay tuned. So I've been meaning to buy a tripod, but I actually have this set up here. You're probably wondering what it was. So I have the quad lock phone case, and that attaches to my phone case. And I used to actually help out a buddy of mine who used to run this Facebook page called Beer Hill Gang TV. If you're not familiar with that, it was a page dedicated to dirt track racing. They still do some stuff, but he actually has now gone on to work with Flow Racing, and he does announcing for different races. He's also the announcer at the Port Royal Speedway. I used to help when they first started, and we actually ran it out of my basement at my old house. We would do a weekly show. I was the behind the camera kind of guy, and then we would go mobile, and I would use this setup to hold my phone to try and stable the picture, because phones weren't as good as they are now with the 4K and all that stuff. So I'm actually going to try and take this. We're going to try and make a tripod out of it. I think we can. I do believe I think somewhere I have some more PVC pipe that I can use to try and make it taller. But I know I can make a stand, like a three-legged thing out of this. So let's go. Let's see what happens. All right, so we're over. There's a tractor from the other day. We got the four-wheeler hiding in the corner. That's my wife's E30. Some of you who are subscribers probably already know that I have this car, but it's my wife's. We bought it 10 plus years ago out of North Carolina. I'll actually have to do, once the weather gets nice, I'll probably do a video about this car. We actually almost sold it this summer before I sold my wagon, so I'm kind of glad we kept it. I actually really like this car. But enough about that. We are going to try and get this four-wheeler started. I'm going to just set you down right there. It's cold. It's really cold. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't start. This thing normally fires right up. I don't know if maybe the fuel. I can smell fuel. It's definitely a spark issue. I don't know. I don't really want to have to probably gonna have to just use the tractor to get it there. Just push it with the tractor? I don't know. What should I do? Use the tractor? It doesn't seem like it wants to start. It's off on. Whew. It smells like gas. So, and it's old fuel. Just got attacked by a rake. Anyways. Alright. I guess just gonna have to do what I don't want to do and drag this thing with the tractor. Is what it is. Gonna have to just drag it with the tractor.
Come along. This way. Absolutely unbearable out there, but we got the four-wheeler inside. We'll let it try and warm up, see if we can get it started. Then we're gonna hook it to the trailer, and then I'm gonna get rid of some stuff that's over here with that trailer.
All right. Trying to manhandle this thing over here. So I'm wondering if something's in here living inside this. Let's take the airbox off, maybe. Oh, nothing's in there. That's good. It definitely smells like fuel. So we're getting fuel, but we're not getting spark. I don't know why. And if we are getting spark, it's not happy about it. So, yeah, the filter looks good. Slide that back on there. Let's try a little starting fluid in this thing. Just gonna give it a little squirt. Oh, shot my straw off the end. All right. Let's see. Choke's on. Key on. There we go. We'll let it warm up a second. To mount that to there, we need to take that ball off. So we got some tools. I'll try and sit you guys down. Let me adjust the, there we go. I don't know if you can see that. Let me wide. There we go. All right, so just gotta hold this side. Yeah, okay. All right. That was easier than I thought it was going to be honest. It's 1 inch and 7/8 ball. So now I get to take and add this ball to the other collection of hitch balls and other hitches that I have, which is over there. My organizational skills are so good, I don't even know where I put stuff. All right. There we go. I'm gonna turn this thing around. Oh. Apparently, that is not. I don't want to hit nothing. Oh, she's feeling spunky today. Last thing I want to do is run into my boat. Okay. Whew. This thing stinks. Alright. Now, just gonna wheel this thing over to here. And somehow miraculously, so the wood that was laying over there is now in the back of the trailer. I'm gonna take that over to the other spot where I kept the four-wheeler. I was gonna take the saw, but I might need the saw. But I feel like I could probably just take it over, and it'd probably be okay. I just trying to clear up some space to pull cars in and out. It's kind of annoying having everything kind of right in my spot where I gotta work. So, but Chase is in here. For those that don't know, those are new here. It's a 2007 Carolina Skiff Sea Chaser 200 flat series. So, and underneath there is a 200 Evinrude HO E-Tech. We are currently waiting on the new jack plate, which is supposed to be here today. Actually, I need to check the tracking. Check the tracking on the jack plate from Bob's Machine. It doesn't look like it's going to be here today. It says that it made it to the hub, I guess, or wherever, of FedEx. It says it's coming, but I'm not going to hold my breath because the amount of times that FedEx has been wrong, man, I'd be a millionaire. So just going to work on some other stuff today. Probably end up pulling the boat back out, and then maybe pull the E30 in that we have to work on. We also still need to pull apart the wood splitter, the intake cam, or well, the intake valve doesn't move. So, and it's not bent, and the push rod's not bent. So I'm thinking something inside went bad. So we'll get to that one day. We just got a bunch of stuff, but for now, we're gonna take this whole situation going on and take it back over to the other garage and put it away. It's now time to start disassembling the pulling platform off of this boat. I already went ahead and disconnected the lights and the power to the anchor light. It turns out that they run down through this tube into there, and I was gonna try and pull them through, but I can't really. I don't know. Like, they're connected to the boat somewhere. I mean, I can feel it. It's in there somewhere. So, but I think they ran them pretty far. So, and I'm gonna try and figure that out. And but let's see what we can find out. So, I think there we go. There they are. Okay. These are the two. That one even got a connector on it. There we go. So that's pretty sweet. So disconnect that, which LED. What does it say? It says something. Oh, I just knocked you guys down. I'm sorry. Apologize. So it says LED pole stand, I guess. So I'm guessing. I don't really know where that goes. Because it goes there. So I think that's the boat side. Let's see. This is a connector. This one's, does this have anything written on it? This one does not have anything written on it. We might have to write something. We might have to go ahead and label those at some point. But it looks like the two cables I was looking for right there. Well, that's convenient. But anyways, these have, I'll move you over here. So we have Phillips bolts that go down to a 7/16 nut on the inside. So I'm going to try and do this all by myself. The problem is I got to reach down and in and up, try and get these. I already broke these ones loose on this side. Going to go to the other side and break them loose. It would probably be easier to get to this from here, but the one screw is like, it's stuck in there. I don't know. None of them going to get it out. So we're just going to go ahead and keep doing what we're doing here. Put you there. Try and loosen these. That one was already loose. So is that one. So is that one. So I'm going to stick our arm up in here. Maybe. There we go. There we go. We got it. I feel like once again, there we go. We got it. Here it comes. So it feels like there's a pile of washers or something. Let me see here. Okay, so there's a big fender washer and a nut on the other side. I'm just gonna unscrew him. Move to the next one. My face is probably like really close to the camera, but oh gosh. This would be easier with two people, I would imagine. Because one person can have their arm up in the cubby hole, and then the other person could just move the screwdriver. All right, there's that. So, and I keep checking my tracking, but it doesn't look like the jack plates come today. It'll most likely be here tomorrow, and it requires a signature. So I've been trying to like just be around. I don't want to like not be here when they decide to deliver that thing. So because I don't want to have to wait on it any longer. Ouch, 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 ouch. All right, there we go. Come out, there it goes. There we go. All right, so we're just basically gonna just rinse and repeat. So I was working on getting this side off, and I did the top side. Everything came out just fine. I was like, all right, let's do the bottom. And I stuck my hand in there, and there's supposed to be a washer and a nut, and there's nothing. They're just like threaded into the hole, which is crazy. That I don't know if they just like fell off, but I looked inside of there. Like I looked all the way down in there, and I didn't see any extra nuts or nothing. So either somebody forgot to put the nuts on it, or it just never had them, which is absolutely insane. I know the boat's covered, but I just wanted to do a little before and after because we were almost ready to pull this off. Personally, I think it's going to look so much better without it on there. But just a little walk around. everything's unbolted, and I'm guessing the only thing holding it is 5200. So I didn't really think this one through. Shoot. I don't really know. I'm trying to. I think we're gonna have to stay underneath it. Like so. I'm gonna drag it. Cables are stuck. Those are both the same size. There we go. Okay. Going to set this down. So it's off. Let's take a stand back here and look. Oh yeah, I like that much better. I think I might pull the cover off just to get a better look at it. But look at this thing. So there it is. It actually was heavier than I thought it'd be, to be honest. I mean, it's aluminum tubing, but it's heavier than I thought. It'll probably be about the same weight as 2 power poles. So that's kind of good. It sucks as it pulled the paint off, but I'm gonna make 2 aluminum plates, or 4 aluminum plates. One to go there, one to go there, one to go on this side, one to go that side. We'll probably 4,200 those on, because if I ever sell this boat, I'll probably include it with the pulling platform, because maybe somebody wants it. So I wanted to do something with these connectors because I don't want moisture getting in them and whatnot. So what I was thinking about doing is just putting some of this heat shrink on here. I'm just going to heat shrink it enough because I don't want the glue to stick to the seal. So we're going to use our fancy Snap-on butane torch. We're just going to shrink it. I'm going to shrink it at the back here on the connector. I'm going to shrink it on the connector here. And then I'm actually going to pinch it at the top. Just because I don't want it to, like, the glue to get on. So we're just going to do this. Heat the end of this. Just a shrink. We're just going to pinch it. Just pinch it together. Just try to heat it up a little bit more. See how the glue comes out? That way, it doesn't ruin that gasket that's in there. For if we ever want to go back to what was in there or on here before, or if we want to utilize these, and we'll just take the connectors off of the spreader light harness and the anchor light, which I do want to switch out the anchor light to get the, I think it's the what is it, RMR or something like that, makes a power pole bracket with an anchor on it. I'd really like to get that. Then I don't have to ever worry about putting my anchor light in, because it'll just be on there. But shrink this down, squeeze it together. There you have it. You can do that with almost any connector, any sort of, like, yeah, it's something that you don't want to get moisture in. So it's time to do some cleaning, because I gotta get the trolling motor bracket mounted and get a trolling motor on chase, which means one of these two have to go, which that's the new, to me, 36 volt, 112 thrust. The problem is I don't have a remote, and the data link cable was cut, which isn't a big deal, but I also don't have a prop for that either, and a third battery. So we're gonna run the 12 volt, or 12 volt, the 24 volt. Dang, we're gonna run the 24 volt for now. My power poles are there, but I need to get some of this stuff cleaned up. I have a hard problem, though. I collect boxes. I don't know why. It's just a thing. I collect boxes from stuff that I've bought over the past, just in case I want to sell it. For instance, boxes for Garmin's. Actually, I think those two I do have. I have the 74 SV, the 74 CV, or S, what is it? Yeah, CV? Yeah. I lost that. Short story on that is, took the bin out for its initial test with that 2 years ago, and I was leaving the boat ramp, and I took the Garmin off and sat it on the gunnel. When I sat it on the gunnel, I forgot it. Drove away, and I didn't even think about it until the next day. But the next day, I was actually in the truck on my way to North Carolina at the time for a tournament. And I was like, oh no. I forgot it, right? So I actually called the local DCNR at the marina, and they said they didn't find anything, right? And I'm figuring, who's gonna be like, oh man, I found this Garmin sitting on the side of the road, whatever. So either one, got destroyed, or two, somebody got it and was like, heck yeah, I got me a new Garmin. So granted, if you didn't have the base or any of the other stuff, it was basically pointless. But it was a sad day because we ended up having to rush around, which seems to be a normal thing for us during tournaments. We rush around the week of the tournament trying to do stuff, between messing with props, motors breaking, power poles breaking, missing a Garmin, who knows, right? But anyways, we found one on clearance at West Marine, but it was a 54. Which is what I had on there for about a year, and then we ended up picking up, my brother and I package dealed these 74 SVs. So that's what's on the bin now. But I did rob the transducer from that for Chase, because Chase didn't have a transducer. Now, I did put a transducer on the bin, but it's not a side scan transducer. It'll work, it's fine, it'll work just fine. And then I actually have an adapter cable I need to install on that. But for right now, we are going to clean up this mess, take some stuff down, potentially put it on Chase to try and figure this out. And figure out what I can throw away, potentially. Oh, okay. All right, so I think we're gonna flip this thing upside down. Well, I dropped it, I guess. It's okay. Something's awkward. I didn't think this one through. Not enough room. All right. I think I'm gonna have to move it somewhere else. But I got it up here. All right, so we have moved the platform upstairs. We need to actually go back and measure these to make plates. But for now, we're gonna close everything up back here. I do want to get you guys' honest opinion on potentially adding this rod holder. I've had them for my other boat, I just never put them on. I was thinking about mounting them there. And the only reason I say that is because there's rod holders on this side, but there's obviously something in the way. So even where I have that net, we're gonna have to actually not be able to run that there. But there's rod holders on the other side. I think it's got 4 on that side. And I do have gunnel rod lockers, but I just don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna put my net. On the old boat, on the bin, actually, we had it mounted like this on the bin because there was actually nothing there. The cooler would actually sit in front, which that's the other thing I got to see about is I have an Arctic cooler. I'd really like to put on here, probably right here. It'll probably go like right there, maybe forward, but I can't imagine. I think back here is going to be better. But yeah, I got to figure out a place to put this net, because with having this up here, this is like a second live well / like storage area. I don't foresee using that live well. I think we're just going to end up using it as just a storage bin, probably for ropes and whatnot. The batteries are in this one, so I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room to store that net. So I was thinking if I had it on the back of the seat, we could actually stick it in there and do it that way. But I don't know, because that power pole is gonna go. We're gonna, with the new jack plate, once that's on, we'll mount the power poles to that, and they'll sit like right next to it. But yeah, but I was actually doing some mocking, trying to figure out where I want this trolling motor to be, because it can't just, like, right there's the perfect spot, like right there, but we got a problem. That guy. So I think what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to finagle it a little bit. Loosen this area. So I think we're going to have to end up, it's going to have to go like somewhere in this range or something. I don't know. Like I had it sitting on, see, that's too far. I had it sitting on the plate, the mounting plate earlier. And I had it situated where it cleared this hatch. So that's another thing, like I got to be able to get in that hatch. I don't want to have to take the trolling motor off, but because this hatch has the plug, which this will go on, and hopefully there's enough wire there. But anyways, we need this to mount, and I don't really want to go straight on with it. So I got everything set up there. I'm going to try and get an idea. Probably not going to drill holes today, but just want to get an idea where I want to put the trolling motor. So if you have one of these mounting plates, these Minn Kota mounting plates, this goes on the boat, then this goes on the bottom of the trolling motor, and then pow, you set it on like that. Cool thing is you can go, like, this can't be wrong, or you can flip it that way, but you can't go this way. It only goes on one way. You can't go that way. You can't go that way. It only goes on one way. So we are going to mount this bad boy up, but first we have to pull off the side plates. Pull this side plate off, maybe if I can get it lined up. There we go. That plate's off, right? And you can see there's 3 spots here.
So has to go. Oh, yeah. I'm already putting it on backwards. Has to go this way because it has to sit flush. All right, so it has to go like this. The cool thing is we can actually kind of prep this to make it a little easier on ourselves. So what we can do is just kind of, there we go, like that, and then it kind of holds it in place. Makes it a little easier, especially back here because there's not a lot of room underneath the stow and deploy motor, which is the motor that I need for the other trolling motor. So I did not order that yet because with not having the extra batteries for it, I was kind of waiting. So, but I'm gonna grab a wrench to tighten these up. All right, so I've got an 11 millimeter here. Seems to be the right fit for it. Just kind of want to look, make sure we're lined up on the other side, which we are. Kind of just snug these up for now. I'm gonna flip the trolling motor over and put the other side in. Just kind of snug them up. Oh, you know what? We got to put the pin in because I want it on this side. I want it, I think, or no. I don't know. Should it be facing the boat or should it be facing away from the boat? It's a good question, I think. So I decided to put it on the side facing the boat, only because if I want to take it off, take the trolling motor off, I want to be able to do it while we're fishing. If for some reason, I don't know, decide we want to do that. So, because I thought about getting a second mount, mounting it somewhere else on the boat, so that when we make long runs, the trolling motor's not just flopping around on the front deck. Not that they really do, but they can, and that's really the last thing that we want, is for something to go wrong, right? Like, if you can prevent it, why not do it? Washer, nut. Have to loosen these up again, which pretty loose. So I just dropped that washer. Ooh, that's gonna be up there to get at. We'll get it. We will get it. So, got the trolling motor mounted to the puck. The only thing we have to do is there was one bolt on this back side here. We actually are going to have to hook it up to power, deploy the trolling motor, and then put the nut on and like kind of probably deploy it like halfway, because there is this guy's in the way. It needs to go right there in the nut, so we gotta go right there. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. You see this guy? It was supposed to go on first. I gotta take it all back apart. To show y'all that how I did this. It's not the prettiest, but I did use this Dremel with this bit on it and a little bit of the grinder. The grinder was to try it with the flapper disc. I don't know what the flapper disc is. That was just to try and get it down pretty far, which actually I went a little bit further than I needed to. But I got it mostly with the Dremel.
So the puck's mounted, which is great. And then let me show you guys how it fits. Just like that. Put the bracket on. So, and when I put these brackets on, I actually put tape down, then I kind of like lift it up and put it down, lift it up and put it down, and like kind of get the idea of where I want to put it. Sorry I didn't video that, but put it up, put it down, and then just kind of go for it. There's bolts that hold that down. We'll plug this in. I don't know if I can do this without looking at it. There we go. It turns on, I think. There it is. The only downside is it does hit, the hatch does hit a little bit, but I'll take that over it not fitting at all. But I'll show you this side. So with the ground out, it sits nice and flat. I did take out a little bit too much on that side. So just to show you guys that it works, I'm going to deploy it, and then we're going to pause it because I don't want it running into the tire right now. Let's stow it. All right, I'm gonna call that a day. I think it was pretty productive. We got the polling platform off. I'm actually got my brother making me some plates, well, plastic 3D printed things to put here to cover that nastiness and the spots on the transom. And then we also got the trolling motor mounted, wired for now, until we can get more batteries, more chargers, or whatever, change chargers. We also cleaned upstairs a little bit. And what else did we get? Oh, we got the four-wheeler running today. Moved that wood out of here, made some space. So that's good stuff. Tomorrow, I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna let the boat charge tonight in the warm. And then tomorrow we're gonna come out here and pull this out. Most likely pull this out because I don't have anything else going on. The jack plate's supposed to be here tomorrow, but I don't know what time. And I plan on working on the bracket for the tree stand. I don't really know what to call it. Anyways, got to work on that. So at this point, I'll see you guys tomorrow.